Cheers! I'm excited for tonight's episode of Playmakers and Shakers. Y'all don't know what Playmakers and Shaker is all about. Tonight is our 7th episode of Playmakers and Shakers, and the Playmakers are the game developers, the creative folks that bring games to life, and the Shakers are us, the players, the streamers, the content creators, the peeps that bring the feedback, the energy to those games. We're the one that shake things up a bit. We get a chance to interview the game developers while playing their games, and a chance to learn about a day in a life of a game developer, y'all. Check out some behind the scenes concepts and get into some creative and technical process. We have the one and only P&E Works in the house, featuring your house. P&E, I believe, is for Patrones and Escondites. Escondites? I think that's how you pronounce it. We'll ask. We'll learn more about the studio. We got a chance to interview Dani tonight. I have so much to share. Dani's got so much insight, and he's going to tell you a lot about P&E Works, as well as the game Your House. And we'll have a chance, of course, to play the game tonight. And if you haven't done so, go ahead, check it out. It is on Steam. It is a demo currently. The game is an upcoming game. It is going to be out and released on March 27th. So make sure to wish list and put it in your cart and check it out. I encourage tonight, of course, please ask questions. I invite y'all to share your thoughts. They took their time to be with us today, and they would love your feedback. Let's watch the trailer together. The trailer. So this game here, to just start it off, it's a narrative puzzle thriller that blurs the lines between games and books, reality and fiction, puzzle and storytelling. All right, here we go. Let's see.
So it's been over a week since I arrived here, and I'm still not sure if this house is a gift or a joke. Every night I go to bed wondering who sent me this letter and this key, and I wonder why they did it. I'm leaving behind this tape recording in case I disappear or something happens to me.
The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Who are you? Are you behind all of this?
There it is. Wow, this is gonna be so much fun. Be so much fun. There's a few screenshots here we can check out. Puzzle. Irma Vemp. FBI copy of Finn is all highlighted here. Debbie continues to search. This is cool. I really like the art style. Is really what drew me in. Of course, for the month, excuse me, of March, we are celebrating Women's Month and women's contribution to the gaming industry and games that are women-led protagonists, as well as games that have influenced me growing up. So this stars Debbie. Looks like a student, I believe. And we're going to learn a lot of amazing trivia as well. I've curated a trivia section of our Playmakers show here. It says, Your House is a unique, text driven, mysterious game that blends immersive reading with interactive puzzle, pulling players into a gripping thriller. Set in 1990s, it follows Debbie, a rebellious teenager, on a mission to uncover the secrets of a mysterious mansion. The house itself is a living puzzle holding the hidden paths of three enigmatic characters. As Debbie progresses, she unravels their intertwined stories, tales of defying societal expectations to pursue personal dreams. Your house divulges divulges into themes of identity, motherhood, and a price of freedom, introducing a fresh storytelling format that explores the boundaries of video games and books. And as this title of the stream says, this is a game that you can read and a book that you can play. So I'm super excited to play this and introduce Your House to everyone. It has won a few awards here. Look at this awesome game. Indie Games, Left Field Collection, Adventure X, the Narrative Game Convention 2024, and the Dev Gam Awards 2024. So Hidden Gems. This is an amazing game. We're gonna get to have a chance to play. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and I'll bring y'all in. All right, here we go. We are here. Yay. Okay, so let's go ahead and take y'all to our Playmakers and Shakers. Welcome in. This is our cafe for Playmakers and Shakers, our 7th episodes featuring Your House with Dani tonight. I see this place where we can find hidden gems, games that per se that you wouldn't normally find on your own, some solo devs, some indie devs, folks with passion projects, to AA, AAA games too, fun games, even weird unconventional ones. A hub to be able to share that here. And I, of course, want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and especially to the game devs. So make sure y'all are encouraging and share your thoughts, and that'll let us know and them know that you're enjoying this show as well. Okay. Okay. So without further ado, I think we should give our guest a phone call. What do y'all think? Here we go. Let's call Dani. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, there you are. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Hi. Welcome in.
Wow.
Welcome to our cafe. Good morning. Do you drink coffee yourself?
Yes, I'm drinking coffee myself.
Nice, nice. Coffee drink. How do you have your coffee? How do you like it usually?
Well, with a little bit of milk.
Oh,
on the app.
okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Very cool. Well, I have water here, so we're
Mm,
doing water tonight over here. H2O hydration is important. Yeah, I'm super excited. We got a chance to watch your trailer and read the description on the Steam page. It's exciting. I'm excited to dive into it. I got a chance to, of course, check out your YouTube videos offline.
great.
And yeah, I got some questions for you. And yeah, why
Hmm.
don't we just start off and let everybody know who you are and a little bit about your background,
Hmm.
and your previous projects possibly.
Definitely. Well, my name is Dani Calabuig. Uh, I'm a creative director on a very small studio based in Barcelona, in Spain. Uh, my partner and I, Beatriz, we just started this studio about 8 years ago with one thing in mind, which was to explore different ways of storytelling. We are very passionate about storytelling, and we thought that video games could be a very powerful vehicle to tell stories. So we both left our careers and started making games 8 years ago. Games like Your House. Actually, our first game was called Unmemory. Your House is the prequel to Unmemory, and from that experience, we moved forward to another one, which was called Delete After Reading, and then came Pineapple, and this is our fourth game, Your House. All of them have in common, as I said, that they try to tell stories that inspire us, but also that have, I don't know, I guess, a message to to say. Um, and we like to take care of every single detail in our games. We like to nurture the visual aesthetics of our games, also the mechanics. And we are very excited to be here with you, Madrea.
Thank you. Well, thank you for being here. Uh I'm very curious with of course your house as well as your other titles, cuz as I learn about your house and learning about your studios, finding the other games that you also have, it's yeah, I'm very interested in learning and playing those
Mm,
ones too.
yeah,
So, yeah,
thank you.
how long has specifically your house been in the making?
Well, I mean, there are like two figures here. One is like the real time. I would say that the real time to produce this, it's been around 15 months, 15, 16 months, a little bit more than a year. But the truth is that we were developing Your House, and while we were starting the pre-production and the design and everything, this idea came just in, which was Pineapple. So we stopped, and and we developed then Pineapple. And after developing and launching Pineapple, we jumped again onto this project. So if I'm not wrong, I think we started about three and a half years ago with the project. But and now is finally ready to release just next week. But yeah, if you're interested in knowing how much time do you need to or did we need to develop Your House, I would say between 15 and 16 months.
Oh wow, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Is
Mhm.
is that like average time of how long most of your games,
Yes.
would you say?
We Yes, I said that we don't we like to focus on projects that are not that long. Yeah, we pick up projects that they don't take like too much time to develop. I mean, in comparison to triple A's or other projects that take about 3 to 4 years to develop, we usually pick projects that they take between 1 to 2 years of development. The reason is we are a small team, and we don't want to have like too much risk and invest too much time in something that whenever it comes out, maybe is not maybe it doesn't work. So what we do is try to pick on ideas and projects that can be developed and launched to the market. Also because we have a lot of ideas. So if it would take us like too much time, then we would need like, I don't know, 2 to 3 lives to tell all those stories. Um, um, yeah, but we don't pick like very long projects though.
Right, for sure, for sure. I see that. Yeah. Um, what motivated y'all to get into game design or like pursue game design or game development?
As I said, it was something very natural. We've always liked games, and we've always liked to tell stories. So we wanted to explore that idea of using video games to tell stories. I mean, we believe that video games is a growing industry. There's a lot of people out there that are willing to play video games, and there was room for a studio that could be more focused on telling stories. Mm, yeah, we had that passion and wanted to follow it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you do anything outside of work that you believe that makes you a better developer?
I don't know. I guess raise my kids. That's a big game.
That's the hardest game there is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I
No,
hear you.
besides that, we're very curious. I would say that Beatriz and myself, we're very curious persons, and we're always looking for sources of inspirations. One thing that usually springs out on interviews is our sources of inspiration, because it's not just games that inspire to make other games or our games. It is comics, it is books, it is music, and yeah, we like to foster all those I don't know, I would say interest, uh, um, aside from playing video games, and because we believe that while exploring also all those other entertainment forms or entertainment media, that could bring in some fresh air to the video game industry. I think we believe so.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Can you provide an overview of your house, like a little elevator pitch, so to speak?
Well, I would say that we like to refer to your house as a game you can read or a book you can play, because it's both. You have to read, okay, to move along the story and solve some challenges, okay, to get till the end of the story. And regarding the story, I would say that it's a thriller. It's the story of Debbie, girl that just turns 18, and and precisely in her birthday, which is the worst day in her life, she received a mysterious letter with a key. She follows that the address on the postcard and finds a house. And while exploring that house, she's going to um, discover some I would say life changing secrets. That would be my pitch.
Okay, okay. Interesting. I'm excited to uncover
Mhm.
what she finds. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Do you have any games that you've played growing up that influenced the way that you kind of develop nowadays? I know that it's a lot of storytelling and a lot of narrative.
Mhm. Well, I'd say that. Well, as you can see, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm the youngest in the audience. Okay, so if I start to remember what games I played when I was younger, I would say that. Well, I started with Pong. I remember my dad coming home
Ooh.
with Pong. Then, when I was very young, I got a Spectrum, a 16-bit Spectrum computer, and I thought it was loaded with games, but I got it for Christmas, and I remember like getting it out of the box, and I wanted to play right away, and then I discovered that no, that was like a computer, and I had to plug it into the TV, and then insert some commands, and then buy a cassette player to so I could play games. And I play games like Horus Ghost King, which
Ghost
I don't know
King.
if
Ghost King? Horse.
Horus Ghost King. Yeah.
I don't think I've heard
Um,
of that one.
so that's a very old one. Um, yeah. And right after I started to get interested in games, and I play many. um, uh, I felt kind of like interested right away on on narrative and puzzle games.
Oh,
More recent titles that I've played are What Remains of Edith Finch, Gone Home. I played
ooh. Gone Home was a
Device
good one.
Six. Yeah. Kentucky Route Zero, for example, was one of my favorite ones. Um, well, yeah, we like to play all sort of games. Yeah.
I love that. I love
Here
that.
in
What engine did you use or tools did you use to make your house come to life?
Well, for this, for your house, we used Unity. Okay, Unity has a very, we've been trying this, as I said, your house is the prequel to Unmemory, and we made Unmemory like 4 or 5 years ago. We didn't use any like famous engine like Unity. We used more like C++. But we wanted to use something that would be like easier um, to develop, and so I could be closer to the development team, to the programmers. And we found this plugin called TextMesh Pro, which which Unity has, and that made our lives like very easy. Because it turns Unity in some kind of like word processor, so you can have like more editor time. You can decide like font sizes, font styles, well, all those sort of things that you need if you're developing a game you can read or a book you can play.
I love that. I love that. Okay. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome. Were there any challenges that you faced during development, and how did you overcome them?
You mean challenges like design challenges?
Yeah, if there were design challenges or if there were
Yeah.
narrative story like a block, writer's block.
Well, for us, I think that for developing a game like Your House, the most challenging part is to blend the story with the puzzles. We usually find a lot of games or many games that they do have a story, but the mechanics don't let's say entwine perfectly or seamlessly onto the onto the puzzles, or the other way around, that you have like very good puzzles but they don't tell quite a story, or they don't tell quite a good story. So the most challenging part is that one, is like first, and the way we do it is, first we have kind of like a story, but we don't go like very deep into the story. It's more like about having a plot, a plot for the chapter. Once we have like a plot for this chapter, what we do is look for puzzles that could fit into that, let's say, narrative, and we collect a lot of puzzles, and then we could try to match those puzzles with the plot. And once we have that, which is could be like a, I don't know, like a skeleton of each chapter, then we go deep into the script. We do we we write and develop that chapter, and also we end polishing the puzzles. This way, what we get is a story that is that has some challenges and puzzles seamlessly combined, and that makes it very special, because um, our purpose, after all, is to immerse you in a story. And then I didn't say this at the very beginning. But, we this is one of the things that we were pursuing while developing this particular or specific format, which is to immerse players into a story. And nowadays we're talking about immersive technologies like VR or AR, and we thought using text or basic tools like text, combined with audio, with images, with interaction, that could also help build this immersion, this feeling of being into the story. And yes, that happens. But one of the secrets is that to make you feel inside the story and the challenges, they have to be they have to fit perfectly together.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense that you have to conceptualize and design the
Hmm.
different puzzle that makes sense to the stories itself as well.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mm.
So yeah, I think we can start playing the game. I
Mhm.
got some more questions while we're playing the game as well. I guess as we're playing it, I'm kind of curious to know what your favorite puzzle is.
Mine,
Yeah, if you had like a favorite
yeah.
like puzzle that you've
Um,
made.
I I I like the well, I like most of them. I honestly, and what I can say is, like, there's a variety of puzzles. Some are more deduction style. Other ones are more lateral thinking. But I don't know. I like the one. the one that closes like the demo, and that which is chapter 1, and probably we're gonna have the chance to see. Let's see if you like it too.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Awesome. So what we usually love to do when we turn on games as gamers is we go through a lot of the settings. I did get a chance to go through the settings a little bit, but I want to be able to show to the audience here too. This is awesome. I love that. 3 different languages here. Font size. The more readable font size or font. This is cool. I like this. That is I don't see that often. That's cool.
Well, as we develop Unmemory, which I said is like our first game, and Your House is the prequel to Unmemory, we had I wouldn't say like a lot of feedback, but that's also important. A few people, they told us that they had trouble reading, and we thought of making the game more accessible. And although there were not many people with to take them into account, and that's why we did a little bit of research. Okay, and then we found that there are more readable that there are fonts that are more readable than others. And while we picked, I would say, kind of like the font we picked to make the game is called Laura, and we like it, and it's pretty close to New Times Roman or one of those classic ones. We did this little research, and we found that there are some fonts that are more readable for people who have some problems or trouble in reading. So we decided to put this onto the game. Yep.
I like it. I like it a lot. This is awesome. Yeah, and I like the I like both fonts actually. Perfect. Voice. Sound effects. Perfect. Size. I like. We'll keep it as that. And yeah, that looks amazing. All right, let's start. Here we go. All right. Save Ferris. This is a cup up here. Hicksville Boarding School. I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh. I'm so gullible. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I deserve this. I deserve this gash on my head. How could she do this to me? I'm her best friend. Oh no. Oh no, that doesn't sound good at all. As soon as she reaches her room, Debbie heads straight to the bathroom and locks herself in. She presses her hand to the wound on her forehead. Blood runs down her cheeks and neck, staining her Hicksfield College uniform. How could I have been so stupid not to have noticed? She wonders. She contemplates herself in the mirror and dabs at the cut with a damp cloth. She had been driving at 100 kilometers an hour, tears streaming down her cheeks. Had she not been wearing a helmet, the accident could have been fatal. Oh no. Okay, and today of all days. And today, my 18th birthday. A few hours ago, Debbie completed another lap around the sun. There are only a few minutes left until midnight, and not one person had wished her a happy birthday. Not even her worst nightmare could have. She imagined coming of age would be so traumatic. That I would be too if I was driving 100 miles and just slammed into something. Seems like Debbie is still wiping away the dry blood and smeared mascara when she sees it in the mirror. There's an envelope on top of her dresser. What's this? Her name is written on the envelope in marker pen. The handwriting is both exquisite and disturbing. Debbie flips it over, but there's no return address. The stamps look foreign. Who could it be from? She doesn't remember the last time she received a letter that wasn't a fine. I remember being at that age. After a few seconds, Debbie begins to slowly tear the envelope and opens it. Okay. Leo Motel. I like. Okay. This is also set, we've read, in the 1990s. Is that correct, Danny?
Yes, it is. The story is set in the 1990s.
And the location is a made-up town, correct?
Yeah, called Hakesville.
Nice.
That's if you want to know where the names comes from, actually it comes from a comic book called Hicksville, from
Oh.
some author from New Zealand. Is one of our favorite comics.
Oh. Okay, I might have to look that up. That's cool. Very nice.
Put the link down.
Yes. All right. See the back of this postcard. 757B. Eastside Road School. Okay. Okay. She pulls out a postcard from inside the envelope. On the front is a photograph of a place she doesn't recognize. The address written on it is equally as strange. It's completely incomprehensible, mysterious even. Debbie studies the stamp holding it might offer a clue. I have no idea where this bird is from. There's something else inside the envelope. Is the key and it has a tag. Wait a minute. It does. Oh, wait a minute. It does. Right there. There's a key, y'all. I really enjoy the graphics, the art. It's amazing. Debbie picks up the key. Looks. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was as you were just showing that, like the image. I was just saying that your house is full of little homages and references, things that we like. For example, on that image, there's this mug that says "Save Ferris." That's a little homage to that famous movie called Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So it's always things like that.
Oh, I love that. I was gonna ask that, but I wasn't sure. That's awesome. That's
No,
great.
yeah. Or for example, the address that appears at the back of the postcard. It's my real address whenever I did a exchange student program in the United States. But it wasn't Hicksville. It was in New Mexico.
Oh.
Okay, but that was my real address there. So yeah, it's full of this little detail.
Wow. Very personal. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
If you swipe, you can see like the key.
Oh, swipe.
No, if you swipe with or by clicking just there, yeah, on the little circle.
Yes. Would you say the best way to play this would be mouse and keyboard or controller?
I think, well, we designed it to be playable with mouse and keyboard. But yeah, both can work. We've been having good reviews on people that tried it on the Steam Deck, and
Oh, nice.
and yeah, we had it all planned.
Very nice. And it's also available on mobile too, or
Yeah,
going to
it will
be.
be available on mobile. Yeah.
Awesome. Amazing. Okay. Okay. Right here says, Debbie picks up the key and looks at the tag, happy birthday, the first birthday message she had all day. Who the hell sent me this? Is this some kind of joke? Ouch. A sharp pain pierces through her head. The wound on her forehead throbs. She really needs to rest. It really has been an intense day. She pushes her backpack off her bed and it falls to the floor with a thump. She slowly, oh, that is the wrong place here. That's my voice trigger. I have a voice command for that. Rewind it back. She pushes her backpack off her bed and it falls to the floor with a thump. She slowly takes off her sneakers and lies down on top of the crumpled quilt. She holds the postcard up and stares at it until her vision blurs and her eyelids feel heavy. Oh no, I'm not sure you should be sleeping, Debbie. I'm not sure you should be sleeping right now. If you have a concussion, that's not good. Exhausted, Debbie drops the postcard onto her chest and sighs. Her gaze wanders to the ceiling above her. Nicole, the filthy, deceitful rat. She doesn't even like David. Why did she do it? Was she jealous or was just to satisfy her spoiled brat ego? I trusted her. I told her how I felt about David or how I thought I felt about him. Note to self, never fall in love with the captain of the lacrosse team. And then it's crossed out. Although it hurts way more to be betrayed by my best friend than to be cheated on by that creep David Stratford. Oh no. Oh no. Wow.
You have to click and open your eyelids.
Open
click and drag.
them.
Click and drag.
Damn it. That image is going to stay with me for the rest of my life. They weren't even trying to hide it. They were right there, making out in the pub in front of everyone, laughing in my face. Talk about being two-faced. I choose not to make a scene, yet I made sure to pour a pint of beer over them as I left. But then, the accident. Where was I? Oh no! What happened to Debbie? I remember the screeching of the brakes, the feeling of the flying through the air, the driver's look of horror when he asked if I was alright. Poor guy, he was more of a freaked out than I was when he saw my blood on the pavement. Oh no. She was recounting. I'm looking at the poster on the wall there for a second. I'm like, On Monday, I was kicked out of boarding school again. No! I'm really outdoing myself. This is the third time this year. The way my dad shot me, that you've really disappointed me, glared when I was talking to Strickland. It was priceless. And that sorry excuse of a principal went on and on, reeling off my greatest achievements, repeatedly skipping class, alcohol and drug use on school premises, zero respect for rules, and school values. My dad has given me way too many ultimatums. He's well aware that shipping me off to some other boarding school would be doing me a favor. He has a million other tricks up his sleeves when it comes to making my life miserable. But if he dares lay a hand on me again, he'll know what's coming. I made that crystal clear to him last Christmas. Wow, deep. The music I'm really enjoying. How do you incorporate music into your games?
We have there's been like for the last 3 games we've been working with Xavier Paradis, which is our sound designer and music composer. And for us, music is very, very important. As I was saying, we pursue to to immerse you in a story, and music plays a key role in that because it has to be there, but it should go along with the reading. Shouldn't be like too loud or too noisy or too hectic. So it has to go with the flow. It has to go with the ambience, with the environment, story, and he's very good at that. Xavier is very, very, very good at that. We also use Fmod, which is probably many of you know, which is a software that lets you also program the music. So and with that, we know exactly at what point of the scroll you are. We know what you're reading, or at least have a sense of which line are you reading. So if your pace is like slow, the music won't start to go to the climax until you move with the scroll. And we do all that with programming, and it's Xavier who does. But that helps us build the momentum chapter, for example, or for some in I don't know, meaningful parts of the.
Yeah, I like that. I noticed that like it becomes more and more dramatic or more theatric
Mhm.
as things are happening in the
Yeah.
story. So that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
Awesome. Let's get back in. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Debbie jokes upright. There is no point fooling herself any longer. A good night's sleep is out of the question tonight and all the following nights for the next 18 years of her life. Thousands of thoughts swirl around her mind. She pushes all but one aside, which begins to make more and more sense: to run away, to get out of this place right now without a minute to waste. Yes, that's what she's going to do. She'll have to think on her feet and figure out a way to find the address on the postcard. We have to find Dani. No, I'm kidding. It's a leap in the dark. She knows there might be nothing there, and that the key might be nothing more than a joke. But right now, anything is better than staying in Hicksville. Adrenaline pumping. Debbie empties her backpack, letting her science and economics book tumble to the floor. She can fill it with more useful things. Oh? Oh? Okay. We'll fill it with useful things. There's a key. Some clothes, maybe? I would take a guess, maybe. Maybe a map? Maybe. I'm gonna guess a pineapple jelly ring or something. um, a light, maybe? I guess we'll have to see. Oh, a USB? Possibly. Could be. Maybe. Debbie squirrels her room looking for anything she might need. Some clothes. Ladies who lust. A pair of slippers and her toothbrush. She opens her desk drawer and finds a map. Love that. And a Swiss Army knife. That makes a lot more sense than the light. Something here. Oh. Ah, yes. Some cash would be helpful. She bends down, pulls out a small wooden box from her under her bed. This is where she keeps the money her Aunt Lucille gave her. There's enough to keep her going for 6 months or so. She also picks up her amulet. Oh, that's an amulet, not a pineapple. It's a small jewel that her Aunt Lucille gave her. It was her mom's. She would have liked you to have it, her aunt told her. Debbie never met her mom. She died when she was 4 years old. But now's not the time to think about that. She stuffs her belongings into her backpack along with postcard and key. Perfect. Debbie puts on her jacket and pulls a hat over her head. She looks in the mirror and barely recognizes herself. The wound on her forehead is swelling and turning purple, but at least it has stopped bleeding. It's already past midnight. The guards will be patrolling the halls of the residence. So the only alternative is the window. Debbie opens it. The cool nighttime breeze and the height. She's on the second floor. Sends a shivers down her spine. For a brief moment, Debbie turns and looks back at the dorm room behind her. Fuck it. This is my house. All right. Oh my god, that window. Okay. Oh. I like the ambience noise. I love this. I just sit in here, just listen to that music in the background. That's great. Debbie sticks one leg, out of the window and looks around outside. It even changes the way I read. Not gonna lie, even changes the way I'm reading this. Oh my god, Dani, this is so good. She knows she must rely on the cover of darkness to make her escape. Hundreds of stars flickering above her, but the night sky is moonless. There doesn't seem to be anyone in the garden. She hears voices and laughter coming from one of the dorms. Another sleepover I wasn't invited to. Good. That'll keep the night guards busy. Debbie leans on the windowsill gingerly and clutches at the moldy bricks. She pulls herself up, placing her feet on the dangerous narrow ledge. Moving her hands and feet simultaneously, she shimmies over to the drain pipe. As soon as she reaches the cold metal pipe, she grabs it and slides down. Ouch. Debbie misjudged the distance and has tumbled into the planter. The bushes cushion the blow and she isn't hurt, but the crash might have caught someone's attention. So much for being quiet. She's going to have to cross the garden quickly without getting caught. She has 40 seconds to get to the fence and jump over it when the guard isn't looking. Debbie runs. runs and runs and runs and runs and more and runs and more and runs and fast and runs without looking back and runs and runs and runs and runs. Wait. Am I supposed to click on all of the runs? Which run is it?
Start with the first one.
Oh my god! All the runs! Oh my god. Okay, come on, you can do this. Wait, a few moments later she tries again. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna run. We're gonna run again. It's okay. Runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and more runs and runs and runs and runs and fast. Runs and runs and runs without looking back. Runs and runs. And this very moment the guard isn't looking. And jumps. She sneaks towards the parking lot, crouching down as she goes. There must be some clueless student who forgot to lock the car, left the window half open. That's when she spots it. Parked a few feet away is Nicole's brand new motorbike. A sly grin spreads across her lips. She'll have to hotwire the engine, but fortunately, she got some experience with that. Debbie rummages under the tank and finds the electrical circuit. She has to cut the wires. Without thinking twice, she opens her backpack and takes out the Swiss Army knife. She's sure it'd come in handy. Oh my god, we're gonna cut. Okay. All right. That's a cutting tool of some sort. She sneaks towards the parking lot, crouching down as she goes. There must be some clueless student. Okay, so we did say that. We see this. The cutter. Okay. Okay, now Debbie must first connect the green wire to the black wire and then the red wire. I see what you did this, Dani. And the red wire to the blue wire. When the wires are connected, she'll be able to start the bike. Okay. Get the green wire to the black. Wait. The green wire. We get the green wire. Okay. Green. Oh. Okay. Green wire to the black wire. Oh.
Now you have black with green. And it's green with black.
I see. Green wire with the black wire. Then the red wire to the blue wire. Right? Should be able to start it. No? What do you mean? Okay. So green wire to the black wire, and then the red wire.
Remember, it's midnight. It's dark, so you cannot follow colors. You have to follow other things. You're doing it right now.
Right. That makes sense. Or to the blue wire. That's so silly. I love it. I love it. It's great. That's great. That's smart. The bike starts up with a roar. That sounds like pure freedom. As the security guard approaches the parking lot, Debbie grips the handbars and accelerates, getting out there as fast as she can. Quid pro quo, Nicole, your bike is in exchange for Slimy David. She takes the first exit she comes to. I can hear the motorcycle radio. So I hear the motorcycle and then I hear the streets and then the radio of it. This is, I love this. It's very ASMR to my ears. I'm very sensitive to that, to audio. This is amazing. It really makes you very immersed into the story too as well. Debbie can't help but think about boarding school. They probably haven't even noticed she's gone. Tomorrow morning, they'll start looking for her. Her body aches and her head throbs. But she can't stop. She must get to her destination as soon as possible. First, she must get her bearings and decide whether to take the interstate highway or the Hicksville freeway. I mean, the Hicksville goes to our postcard, does it not?
Oh.
I feel like the Hicksville is where we want to go. Interstate. When I think of interstate, I think of connectors of freeways. So not full freeway, but a highway. I'm gonna go freeway. Although this seems to be the longest route, she will reach her destination sooner this way. The early morning rays do little to warm her hands, which are frozen from hours of gripping the handlebars of the motorbike. As the shadow and haze fade away, they reveal an unfamiliar landscape, fresh, new, and full of promise. Debbie is overcome by a feeling of liberation. Without knowing how or why, she feels sure she's doing the right thing. It did say happy birthday on the key. It's got to be a sign. With her eyes on the horizon, she settles into the seat and gives the throttle more gas. Oh. Hey, there we go. It's going back there. Alright. As she drives, memories of the past she's leaving behind come flooding back. Lost in regret and overcome with fatigue, her grip weakens and the bike slows. Seriously, what am I doing? I get some random anonymous postcard and suddenly I'm ready to send everything and everyone to hell. A freight truck overtakes her abruptly, bringing her back to reality. The strong tailwind forces her to straighten up. The traffic on the road is getting heavier by the minute. No more looking back. She needs to focus on the present and on the future. An hour and a half later, she passes a sign announcing her destination. It's almost noon when Debbie finally reaches her destination. She's in what appears to be a quite quiet residential area at the end of the boulevard lined with tall leafy trees. The houses are big with well-kept gardens and welcoming front porches. There's hardly anyone around, just a few kids playing in the driveway and a friendly looking neighbor walking the dog. It looks like a really nice neighborhood. Debbie turns off the engine and reads the street name again. She takes off her backpack and opens it up to double check the address on the postcard. Alright. v7.0 East Side Road, School Road. Yep. This is it. She sets off again, much more slowly, her eyes scanning for number 57 along the odd numbered sidewalk. She feels her pulse start to quicken. 7, 19, 25, 33, 41. It can't be. Oh. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie stops in front of number 57 and gets off the bike. She can hardly believe her eyes. In front of her is a house she can't even begin to describe. She simply can't put it into words. It's beautiful. Debbie murmurs as she crosses the street and approaches the gate, unable to take her eyes off the impressive mansion before her. The gate looks like it's open. Debbie looks both ways, afraid someone is watching her. But there's not a soul in sight. Happy birthday, she says to herself, building up the courage to push the gate open. Debbie crosses. I'm gonna somehow, I don't know. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn this thing like that. Okay. Debbie crosses the garden on a narrow pathway bordered by brightly colored plants. Dry leaves crunched beneath her feet, and it looks like no one has mowed the lawn in weeks. A small slope leads her to the front door. The wooden porch creaks under her feet as she stops in front of the door, solid and simple in design. She hesitates for a moment, then knocks. She tries again and again. Hello? Anyone home?
Hello?
No one answers. Debbie goes to push open the door, but it is firmly locked. To her right is something that looks like an intercom, but it turned off. There's a small slot on the panel. Perhaps she needs a key to activate it. Okay. Oh. Maybe. Where's my key? Don't I have a key somehow?
Mm-hmm. Where's the key, Bertrand?
In my backpack.
Yeah. And where's your backpack?
Is behind me. That's my backpack, right?
Yeah.
My backpack.
Keep going up. Keep going up.
My backpack. This is the highest I can go.
And remember opening your backpack?
Do I remember opening my backpack?
Yeah, a little bit. If you want to move a little bit up in the scroll.
Yes. Opening my backpack with my postcard. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, how are y'all? All right. Oh, there's my key. Just go ahead and grab that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Do you choose, do you have Wendy's at where you're at in Spain?
No, we don't. We have McDonald's, but not Wendy's.
Have you ever had Wendy's before?
Yes.
Oh. Between McDonald's or Wendy's, what do you What do you prefer?
I guess it depends. It depends on the night.
All right, let's see. Perhaps she needs the key. Oh. She inserts the key into the slot and the display lights up. The intercom is now turned on. Debbie tries to open the door again, but it's still locked. It looks like she needs to enter a combination from the looks of it. This is no conventional security system, but there's no questioning its effectiveness. What now? I love this art style as well, Knock. Yeah. Okay, what now? I feel like there's clues on our back in our backpack on the postcard. Possibly. Look at my clothes. Lady Who Lusts. 105.9. Uh-oh. I don't think I've gotten a chance to see the... Okay, so let's look at the postcard here. The 87002 here. I see. 87002. Maybe. 8700. Ah! Ah! That's a three-number code. Wait a minute. There's nothing else on here, so it has to be the postcard. The postcard is the clue. 57B. Are there any other numbers on here? With the 87, I'm gonna cross out the 2 and say 872 possibly. Crossing out the zeros because there's a cross over the zeros. Sometimes I write my zeros like that too, so people don't confuse them as like O's, you know? No, it's only 2 numbers. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Hello?
Take a good look at what
Hello?
once came your way. The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Oh. Say that one more time. Cars,
Take
trees.
a good look at what once came your way.
Right.
The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Cars. What are the order? The cars.
Take a good look at what once came your way. The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Car, birds, trees. Car, birds, trees. Car. How many cars are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Birds. 6. 3. Trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 3, 5 is my guess. My other guess. 6, 3. Yeah, so make sure to check them out. Check out the demo. We have the Steam page. Make sure to follow the developer on all the social media. Check out the website. Yeah, I'm excited. Is there any quirky habits that you have that you do while you have like when you're game developing?
No, I don't know.
Do you have like a
It
favorite
happens
snacks or something like that you have to eat while you're like writing or something?
no, but it happens to me that whenever I find like something like interesting, or like like this eureka moment that where everything fits together. I feel compelled to just get up my chair and walk around, and then I sit again. And sometimes I do this, and I'm not really aware that I've done it. It's like I don't see anyone. But it's something very strange. It's like I would be like in dreams, like whenever I get like this moment of I have it, then I get up and walk around a little bit, like around the house, and then I sit again. But then I forget about that moment. I mean, I'm just walk around. I forget about
That's cool. That's cool. You kind of have to like get it out of your system, almost like that energy,
it.
that
Yeah.
pumped up energy somehow.
Mm.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. I think I
You're
said
close.
5. No, it's not. Okay, let's hear it
Take a
again.
good look at what once came your way.
Right?
The cars,
Cars,
birds, and
birds,
trees
and
are the
trees.
key to entering this place.
Okay. Here we go. Car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not 6. Is there a car somewhere that's hiding? Or is there a bird somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There is another bird behind here. Maybe 6, 4, 5. 6, 4, 5. Look at that!
You got it.
Yes.
Home, colon. Your regular place of residence and one in which you live your private or family life. You know, that sounds great, but who am I kidding? I've never had a home. Till now, at least. So it's been over a week since I arrived here, and I'm still not sure if this house is a gift or a joke. Like, I feel like at any moment someone's gonna burst through the door, see me living here, and call the cops, and it's either gonna be some loaded lowlife or a happy family with their 3 blonde kids and a dog. I once read on a mug that the best things in life are free. Dreams, laughter, hugs. Okay, yeah. What a load of nonsense. Every night I go to bed wondering who sent me this letter and this key, and I wonder why they did it. Like, there's too many unanswered questions. How am I supposed to relax like this? I saw that figure dressed in black again today. They were snooping around the garden fence, and who are you? Are you behind all of this? I'm leaving behind this tape recording in case I disappear or something happens to me.
Bathroom. Okay. A jet of hot pressurized water massages Debbie's neck and shoulders. The shower, much like the bathroom and the rest of the house, is spacious and sophisticated in design. She's been settled in for a few weeks now, but still feels like an outsider. She can't help but wonder what stories lie hidden in the furniture and paintings that adorn the many rooms of the mansion. Nevertheless, her initial doubts and fears have given way to a sense of excitement at starting afresh. Debbie has convinced herself that the house is a gift, a chance to leave the dark and miserable past behind her. Wait a minute. Is that a doorbell? Oh, I think I hear a doorbell. Hello? And she
See, this is
listens. Go ahead.
This is what I was saying, which is very important because in sound design, here we cannot hear what you're hearing, but or at least I can't. But because I'm on the Discord, not on the Twitch, to hear you better. But you know that moment where there's like music because Debbie is showering while she listens to music. Okay, so it's and on top of that, the doorbell rings. So you have to have all three sounds. You know, like the shower, like the music, and also the doorbell. And now, as you walk, you're gonna get
Yes.
that. You're gonna see how that music turns louder, and you have to turn it off. You have to open the door because someone's
Who's at the door?
someone's ringing the doorbell. Yeah.
Right. I love that. It's very like audio enhanced, immersed. Really much so. It's the first time she's ever heard it, but it does indeed sound like a doorbell. She has the full music on blast, the music on full blast, so whoever it is probably already knows someone is home. Her heart is hammering. Debbie pulls out her bathrobe, and she hurriedly walks out of the bathroom. Oh, love that. It is louder now. The music, you can hear it. Definitely. Not bothering to dry herself off, Debbie walks straight into the bedroom, leaving wet footprints and dripping water all over the floor. Distressed, she hesitates between putting on some clothes or going downstairs as she is in the bathrobe. The doorbell keeps on ringing insistently. Wow. I really like the art design for sure. They can wait, she mutters to herself as she opens the door to a small adjoining room. When she first inspects it, Debbie didn't think much of the surprising fact that the dressing room was full of women's clothes, outfits, and shoes, all of which were precisely her size. Maybe it was just a coincidence, or maybe the mysterious person who sent her to the letter with the key knew her much better than she cared to admit. After slipping on some pants and grabbing a t-shirt at random, Debbie leaves the dressing room in a hurry. How annoying. Who could it be? Could it be something to do with the sinister looking character she saw a few days ago? Debbie grimaced semi-approvingly as she sees the summary print of the t-shirt she picked out reflected in the closet mirror. Feeling uneasy, she leaves the bedroom. This is the hallway area. Look at this. Two further sharp rings demand her presence. Debbie has a vague feeling that taking her time to open the door gives her a certain sense of authority, as if that were irrefutable proof, but she truly is the owner of the house. However, she steps unconsciously quickened, driven by anguish. The pictures hanging on the wall in the hallway. She watches as Debbie runs past and reaches the stairs, practically skedaddling. Skedaddling? Yes. There we go. This is the stairs. Debbie has spent the last few days mentally. This is a huge house. This house is huge. Debbie has spent the last few days mentally coming up with a false identity for herself, just in case some noisy neighbor shows up asking awkward questions. She'll fake a French accent and claim to be exchange students renting the mansion. I'm not even gonna try to say that. Moi je m'appelle Catherine.
Moi, I will read it for you. Moi, je
Yes.
m'appelle Catherine. I speak very
Oh.
bad English. Désolé.
Absent-minded, Debbie plays the conversation out in her head as she descends the staircase, 2 steps at a time, sliding her hand along the railing. As she reaches the last step, she stumbles foolishly and is about to fall before she ends up in the living room. This is the living room. What a terrible time to stumble. Debbie reacts just in time to grab her bookshelf to stop herself from falling flat on her face. In an effort to calm herself down, she approaches the stereo, which is still blaring music. It is a superb piece of equipment, worthy of a melomaniac. Debbie loves to turn the music on full blast and dance by herself. I love to do that too, Debbie. Be it in the morning as soon as she wakes up, or at midnight, same. Naked or savoring a glass of wine. Love it. At first, she was worried about bothering the neighbors, but seeing that no one complained, she gradually turned up the volume. Love that. Oh. We turn up the volume even further. As soon as she turns off the music.
Turn off the music.
Yes, the doorbell can be heard crystal clear. Debbie feels defenseless, as if she has revealed her standing in a strategic game. Her pulse quickens. They're still there, she thinks as she crosses into the hall. Wow, I can hear her heartbeat here. Debbie shakes her hands around in the air in an attempt to drive off her sweaty palms. Then she stops and stands on the carpet in the entrance hall and mentally begins to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's no doubt about it. The doorbell has stopped ringing. In the silence now, she can even hear herself breathing. Seriously? She mutters to herself, somewhat relieved. Debbie carefully creeps up to the door, poised to peer through the peephole. Oh my god. No one. They're gone. All she can see through the peephole is an empty porch and the garden. Suddenly a knock startles her. The sound is now coming from the back door. You can hear the back door. I was going to say, who's that knocking? Who do they think they are? Debbie quickly retraces her steps. Debbie boldly walks into the living room. Gradually, her pace slows to a halt. The sofas, the floor lamp, and the bookcases full of books seem to taunt her. She clearly recalls there's being a back door in the kitchen, but how do you get to it? You have to go through the dining room and then, no, wait. Her nerves are getting the best of her, making it difficult to find her bearings. In front of her, there's a wooden door. On the left, there's a sliding door. Large sliding door or wooden door? Let's see. I'm gonna say, because you have to go through the dining room? No, it's not the dining room. I'm gonna say the sliding door. Oh, okay, so this is the dining room area here. A particularly loud thump causes Debbie's blood to run cold for a second. I see the thumping, the the knocking is just a little bit louder. You can hear the knocking just a little bit louder. This is great. Frozen, she silently gazes at the particularly regal details of the room, such as the large gilded ice bucket or the glass cabinet that houses an imposing porcelain dinner service. Debbie swallows she slowly squirts the long table that presides over the dining room, surrounded by 10 chairs. Evidently weary, she places her hand on the doorknob leading to the kitchen. This is the kitchen. Okay. Oh, I don't hear the knocking anymore. Okay, from the kitchen doorway, Debbie finds that no one is in the backyard. The knocking has stopped. She slides her fingers across the cold marble of the countertop, not taking her eyes off a small back door. Why does she feel like she's doing something wrong? As her hand reaches to turn the key in the lock, she shudders. It's not locked, meaning that if someone had wanted to get in, they could have easily entered by now. Determined, Debbie pushes open the back door. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We're in the back door now. Debbie looks to her left and her right, but does not see anyone. Stepping into the gravel of the driveway, she realized that all this time she has been barefoot. As she looks down at her feet, that's when she sees it. It says, a large envelope has been left on the floor with no stamp, return address, or any writing on it. The first thing that Debbie noticed as she picks it up is how heavy it is. Judging by its shape, it appears to contain a book. Clutching the envelope against her chest, Debbie takes a last look around the backyard, which, just as the rest of the manor's garden, and much like its past, retain the decaying aura of its all things that have been abandoned. She closes the kitchen door behind her and opens the envelope. Oh my gosh. We're in the office now. Debbie returns to the office, sets aside some documents, and puts the book on the table to leaf through it. The jazz. Enigma. See, Billy's hidden identities. Shoes. 47. Fictional character. French silent film. Mystery on 5th Avenue. Puzzle-infused Manhattan retreat. I've gotten a chance to read a little bit about this story. I know I can ask you what inspired the concept of this game. I've heard it's based on somewhat of a true story. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, regarding inspirations, we have well, it's not just one source, but different sources.
Mm-hmm.
For example, this probably I would say is like the main one. Your house is inspired by a real story, which is an article we read far away about 2008 on the New York Times, and this news article told the story of this worker that he hired some well-known architect to kind of like decorate his Manhattan apartment with views to Central Park. And after working on the apartment for about 2 years, this architect called Eric Clough handed the keys to this Wall Street broker, so he could move in with his wife. And so they start living there, and after say a year or so, they receive no address, no name, just a book. And in this book, they could see the stories of some people, but also pictures of the house. So as they started reading, they found out that there were puzzles in that book referring to some parts of the house. So, for example, if they moved room and if they pushed like certain tiles, a secret door would open and the kids would find a new room full of toys. And not only but secret compartments, secret places. And when we read the story, I don't know, we found it very, very interesting, and we kept it. And it wasn't that long ago when just by checking all ideas, notes that I had, I thought, well, maybe we can turn this into a game. But as I was saying, it was not the only source of inspiration. We also, for example, took we fell in love with this character called George Leonidas Leslie, which was also an architect, and he became one of the most famous bank robbers of the century. We found like very mysterious and intriguing that he was kind of like a very renowned, but one day he decided to transform himself into a bank robber, and he did that because as you design buildings as an architect, as you design banks, you also know how to hack them, because probably the best hacker is the one that happens on coding too. The best programmers probably are the best. So he decided to go to the dark side and turn himself into this famous bank robber. And we also fell in love with the story and how we all have like kind of like dark side where sometimes we feel compelled to do something bad, but also at the same time I don't know, amusing and thrilling, and and many others. But this too, the one of the main sources of inspirations that we had.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because I see Debbie as a women-led protagonist. Do you see the role of women evolving in the industry or having more of a platform in
No, I believe
stories?
so. I believe so. Well, actually, I have to. It was planned that Beatriz, which is my partner, was well, she couldn't make it to the stream, but she wanted to be here, and yes, she's an example of women present in the industry. The reason why, well, Unmemory is already, our first game is already a story about women. It's a gang of 4 girls, and Debbie is like the leader of that gang, and we wanted to follow that. So this, and farther in the story, what you'll find is because at the very end, your house is, or I would say, is a story about the price of chasing your dreams, and it's a story about how women have to pay a higher price for the dream, compared to men, and and that most sometimes we understand the sacrifice to follow your dreams that men do, but for example, we don't understand, or we don't. It's not that usual to see that in women, how they, for example, they could do something, leave their family, to pursue their dream, and
Right.
that's something that we wanted to portray, and also bring to the story as a sort of a starting point for a debate on how women have to pay a higher price for chasing their dreams. But
Right.
yes, and to keep that along the story, you will find not only Debbie, but three more characters, three more stories, three different women, and how they what they had to do, to pursue their dreams. And
That's important to have representation in games and to have those stories being told. So thank you for sharing that. I think that's important. Yeah, we'll get back into the game and see what
I
we
wanted to say,
got.
Andrea, just for the people who are watching,
Yeah.
there's some hints in the game. If you jumped into the game, I'll show you. You can go back to that little door
Okay.
on the top right corner of the game, and if
Okay.
you click on it, you'll always be able to see some hints in case someone is having a hard time solving
Okay.
the challenges.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. All right, let's check it out. Um So this door right here that
Yeah.
you've mentioned, so it's a mechanic for hints, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Oh, we can hint. The shoes that appear in the book must be somewhere in the house. This is the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Radio messages. Shoes that appear in the book must be somewhere in the house. Okay. Oh, I clicked on the main menu instead. We are in chapter
1, 2.
1,
Sorry.
2,
No, you're in chapter 2. Sorry.
2. Okay. Play. Okay, so Debbie returns to the office, set aside some documents, and put the book on the table to leaf through it. So this is the book we were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
This is the shoe. So they're talking about possibly the shoe here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
You've
only one
seen
thing that highlighted.
you've seen that shoe before. Maybe you don't remember, but we've already seen it.
Ah, interesting. Okay. A collection of all the kinds of clippings. Overcome with curiosity, Debbie tries to find some logic or sense to it all, but two things stick out to her as being particularly strange. The first is that a page seems to have been torn out at the end of the book. The second is a bookmark that have been left on a page that features a pair of shoes that seems awfully familiar to Debbie. Where have I seen these shoes before? Debbie picks up the book and exits the room. Living room. Debbie walks through the office door. Oh, okay, here we go. Interesting. Okay. Use your head. If the book was meant for me, it must have been sent by the same person who sent me the letter with the keys. It's either that or someone's been mistaking me for another person for weeks. And here I am opening packages that aren't intended for me and poking around in memories that aren't mine at all. God, I could use a cigarette right now. The sun begins to go down, drawing shadows in the large room. Those shoes, wait a minute. Debbie lets her intuition guide her and heads upstairs. On the second floor, this is the hallway here. The stairs leads to the hallway where the walls are aligned with old portraits with which Debbie exchanges glances as she mumbles to herself. Who are all these people? If they are all former owners, this house must be over 1,000 years old. Between the paintings, several doors can be found. The first leads to a room that could be a study. The second leads to a bathroom. And the third one is locked. The truth is, Debbie has not been able to get into that room yet. Should we go to the study or to the bedroom? I'm thinking the bedroom. Bedroom. This isn't the only bedroom in the house, but as it looks like a presidential suite, Debbie didn't think twice about making it her own. The biggest, most comfortable bed she'll ever slept on. Excuse me. She found it made when she arrived, but since that day, she hasn't bothered to remake it. To the left is the door to the dressing room. Opposite her is the door to the bathroom. And behind her is the door that leads back to the hallway. Okay, let's go in the dressing room. Okay, so we went to the dressing room. Walks back into the dressing room, which can be accessed from the bedroom. She heads straight to one of the shelves, which is automatically lit up as she approaches it, shedding light on the colorful collection of shoes. The shoes from scrapbooks should logically be somewhere around here. Right? The shoes. There it is. Okay. Yes. VHF 104. So maybe we have to go to 104. Voila. Here they are. There's no doubt about it. They are identical to the ones in the clipping. Debbie examines the shoe. They are a colorful pair of heels. They may not be her style, but the bold design prompts her to imagine herself wearing them. They're nice enough, but I don't see what's so special about them. Suddenly, Debbie takes a closer look at the spot where the shoes have been placed. She thinks she can make something out. Pull in and associate. There looks like a locked safe or something. After a few unsuccessful attempts, Debbie gives up and leaves the bedroom in search of other clues. Examine the shoes. Leaving the bedroom. Returns to the hallway here. Bedroom. Returns to the bedroom to the left. Okay, so let's go check the bathroom here. I'm thinking the hallway to turn on. So this is the bathroom here. The steam in the mirror has already begun to evaporate, and Debbie is able to clearly see her reflection. She fixes her hair as she racks her brain. It's almost as if someone is teasing me. After a few seconds of scrutinizing her blurry reflection, Debbie draws a doodle on the steamy mirror and returns to the bedroom. Okay. I'm thinking hallway. We went to the dressing room. We go to she can go downstairs leading to the living room. Let's go to the study. Let's check out the study area. Leaving the hall room behind her, Debbie decides to inspect the study. Although the room is spacious, it is cluttered with books, papers, and thick folders, but it seems tiny. In one corner, there's a drafting table littered with blueprints, drawing compasses, assorted rulers in different shapes and sizes, and over one side, what appears to be surveying equipment. On a shelf, covered in dust, a collection of tin soldiers' figurines carefully watch over Debbie, and amidst a pile of clutter, an ominous-looking box catches Debbie's eye. She bends down, picks it up with both hands, and examines it closely. Looks nice, but it's locked. Debbie continues to search, but there's no sign of the shoes. We found the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
What are these? Oh. So there's 4 clicks and there's 302. 3 of them. Okay, so this is the study area. Going back to the hallway now. Living room? Debbie returns to her living. She sits on the comfortable sofa, stares at the stereo. At the time, she hadn't stopped to look at the incredible hi-fi equipment in the house. She would have loved to play
Blitzkrieg Bop.
What is that? What kind of music is that?
You know this group called the Ramones?
Yes.
That famous song that goes, "Hey, oh, let's go."
Oh yes, yes, I do.
That song is called Blitzkrieg Bop.
Oh, okay. But she needs to think before she looks any further. Okay.
Remember that there was something written in the shoes?
Yes, and we would 104. I'm trying. Is there a somewhere we might need to input that?
Yeah. It's a dial.
Yes. Feel like 104.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, bear in mind that
Did
those
you write it
motley
down?
architects with you know how to open the shield box. Follow the path that leads from mustache to glasses, then to hat, and lastly to bow tie.
What?
Did you write those directions down? All right then. Good luck.
No.
This message will automatically be repeated in 3, 2, 1. If you're listening to this, bear in mind that those motley architects with you know how to open the shield box. Follow the path that leads from mustache to glasses, then to hat, and lastly to bow tie. Did you write those directions down? All right then.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right
this
then.
message will automatically be repeated in...
Okay. I didn't really expect this to review in her mind the message she just heard. The paintings. I have to find something in the paintings.
A direction.
Mustache? So this is mustache,
Two glasses.
the glasses, to a hat, to bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in the bow tie? Who is this? It must be somebody. Hi there. Hi, Wasabi. Welcome in. Okay. So we have him. We go into the study. So enters, okay, the drafting table with instruments,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everything
And
is
him.
still in place.
And in the box,
Oh, even the collection of the tin figurines turns attention to the mysterious box. How the hell can I open it?
okay. And you need 3 directions.
3 directions.
Yeah, from
The mustache.
mustache to glasses.
So mustache to glasses was to the was to the right.
Not exactly. It was down. From mustache to glasses was down. Then from glasses
to hat was to the right.
Right.
And then from hat to bow tie was down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ah. I had one of these when I was younger.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. Oh. I don't see anything. Oh.
You need the slides.
Oh. Want to see what's the other thing we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Page 51. Huh. Okay.
Grab it.
I'll grab that. The box is inside. Finds a business card with 3 holes punched into it. On the back of the card is a name. Pullen Associates. Where have I seen that name before? Oh, the lock. I remember. And on the front of a number has been written. Page 51. Maybe it's referring to a page in the book. Somewhat confused, Debbie picks up the card and opens the book to find that page. I knew it. It fits. Oh. It says X7 here. Okay. Perplexed, Debbie confirmed that when she places the card in the scrapbook, the holes reveal something. You're kidding? Is that a code? Debbie searches inside the box again, where she finds a stereoscope. Hey, I had one of these toys when I was little, but I can't see anything. It seems to be missing the slides. Yes, it did. Still in all, Debbie simply stands there, quietly and thoughtfully, surrounded by all those little figurines that seems to be watching her. Behind her is the door leading to the hallway. Okay. Debbie is back in the hallway. From here, she can go in the living room or in the... Oh. Huh. Huh. The bedroom. Where did we find the...
The bedroom is a good place to look for.
Yeah. I feel like we found it in...
The dressing room.
Yeah, maybe. Yes. Right here. This button here. Voila, here they are, no doubt about it. They are identical to the ones in the clipping. Debbie examines the shoes. They're a colorful pair of heels. They might not be her style, but the bold designs prompts her to imagine herself wearing them. Suddenly takes a closer look at the spot where the shoes has been placed. I don't see what's so special about them. She thinks that she can make something out. It looks like a locked safe or something. Few unsuccessful attempt, Debbie gives up and leaves the bedroom in search of her other clues. Huh. There's a button here.
Remember the card?
The card, yes.
The book. What did it say?
X7.
There was something also.
Ah. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Hint. That's sure. Did you notice the name on the card is the same name as the one in the compartment?
Yes, you did. What else?
Clue to open the compartment. If you notice the places, you're in the clue to open the compartment. Press the red button in the compartment. Oh! How many times have you pressed the red button? Twice.
Take a look at the card again if you want.
Okay.
No, just click on the left, yeah, there. And if you go to the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you go to the hallway, yes. Go back to the study.
Perfect. Okay, here we go.
Go to the study. And there and take a look at the book. Not here.
Oh,
in the book.
My book. Where's my book?
It's a link in the text.
Oh, it's a link.
No.
It's
you
a
need
link.
To grab it. Grab the card. Grab the card. Yeah.
Okay.
Exit it, and then move. No. You need to grab the card.
Okay. Exit.
No. Before you have to grab it and then exit. Then you scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
And you see the book.
It says colon
and associates. But here you see like 3 things. You see X7, but see one more thing. Not in this position, in the position you had it before.
On the X7 position.
Yeah. What means red X7? What could it mean?
Red X7.
Red circle X7. What could it mean?
Huh. You really get me thinking. Because their blue shoes is not red. So I'm trying to think of something else that is red. It's the button itself is a red circle.
Right, you got it right. That's the button.
Right.
And what means X7?
Maybe press the button 7 times.
Try
Or
that.
yeah. Okay.
Now you exit here.
Oh. My thing went off crazy. Okay.
And go back to the dressing room.
Yeah. Okay. Hallway. Dressing room. It's a huge house. Just walk through that house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at Viewmaster. You can use it now.
Now you can use the ViewMaster because you got the slides.
Right.
Grab them.
What else is in here? What is this? Is this a measuring tape?
Mm-hmm.
April 15. Okay. All right. The compartment door opens with a satisfying metallic click. Cautiously, Debbie slips her hand inside the open compartment and immediately realizes that there's something inside. She grasps it with her fingers and pulls it out. It's a pencil case, a note, and some slides for the stereoscope. This house is certainly full of surprises. Oh. Moe's Tavern. Simpsons fan? This reminds me of. If you know Moe's Tavern. Oh, Daily Planet. What? That's Superman?
Mm-hmm.
Apollo Theater. Oh, slow. Faulty Towers Hotel. There's X's on these. Championship vinyl. Oh, we saw this earlier. Associates. That's the company of the lock, I believe. Okay. We leave. Returns to the bedroom. To the left is the dressing room. Let's go back to the hallway, I guess. All right. Head over to the hallway. Okay. Go back to the study, possibly.
Where have you seen that Hicksville
The Hicksville image. It was by the living room.
No, in the bathroom.
Bathroom.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, okay. In front of the door. Bathroom. Okay, it enters the bathroom from the bedroom. What am I supposed to be looking for? A towel wall hands into a picture of Hicksville that doesn't bring back many good memories. Visit Hicksville and die of boredom. Thank you. Suddenly, Debbie remembers seeing something. She holds up the book in her hand and opens it. I think to take a look at those slides again. Okay. Okay. So we have
Look
wait
for
a minute.
Look for the Hicksville plan
Yes.
in the book.
This is
Yep.
this is it.
You see the names of some of the buildings that appear on the slides?
Yes.
Okay.
The name, like the company names, right?
Well, here appears like the Apollo Theater, the Moe's Tavern. They all appear here.
Yes, yes.
Okay. No,
Take a look at the
no.
poster here.
Okay. Try to.
What's going on with this, huh? Why is
Maybe
this?
you have to. Maybe you have to take it to hang it down.
All right. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay.
What?
You can press the tiles. So
What?
you have to figure out which tiles you have to press.
Minesweeper.
Well,
No. No. No.
okay, go back. Okay, go back to the book.
Okay. 49. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's page 49. Okay, so okay.
And that
Which
had
ones do you have to?
51, right?
Well, 49. Page 49 says on the tile. So you take a look at this, and you have to figure out which tiles you have to press. And the hint is on the slides.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we had Moe's Tavern. So maybe okay, so Daily Planet, faulty. Daily faulty. Pullen. Daily faulty Pullen. Okay.
And where are those in the map?
Daily Pullen faulty. This is kind of a zigzag here. Oh. That's cool. Oh, this is
So
awesome.
that book that mysteriously arrived at my doorstep, it led me to the secret room, and
This is great.
what the hell is this all about?
You're good,
Inside
huh?
the room, there's a portrait of a
Yes.
woman.
How did you feel?
Serena
Was it
Pullen.
challenging? Was it hard?
That name appears in the book.
It was challenging, but I feel like it's the right amount of
The
challenging.
daughter of a successful
Nice.
architect and a highborn lady. She studied at the best schools. She graduated with honors as an architect, just as her father intended for her, following in the footsteps of several generations. She was truly ahead of her time, exceptionally creative and determined. Her reputation spread throughout a field in which the presence of women was extremely conspicuous. Conspicuous? It's a funny way of acknowledging gender discrimination. Serena was clearly a much better architect than any of her workmates. They were all just jealous and had to steal her ideas and projects just to get anywhere. As for her personal life, her parents also forced her to marry the son of a media mogul. I bet she didn't even love him. Family's the worst, isn't it, Serena? They designed a life for you, full of luxury and comfort, but none of it made you happy. Maybe that's why one day you suddenly disappeared. Who are you, Serena Pullen? Why do I get the feeling I should know you? Are you the one behind all of this?
This is really cool. got a chance to see some more of their art concepts. It's amazing. The detail they even put into this is amazing. Into their behind the scenes. Look at that. Parents of Debbie. This is the parents. Friends of Debbie. What an American Horror Story inspiration. This is the Thriller House. Impala. But the motorcycle, Debbie's motorcycle. It's very deliberate. Everything of the references. Isn't it awesome? Mobile design. The spacing between them. Tablet version. To really think things through. Dani and everybody thinks things through. Like this is truly incredible. Like this is very thorough, very thought out, very intentional. Desktop version. Just the one we played, right? House itself as a puzzle. I did also get a chance to read the article that this game was inspired after the New York Times article of the Manhattan renovation that had happened in New York, that the company basically renovated without telling the owners that he has hidden like puzzles into the renovation until he was done, and he gave them a book to pretty much go through the puzzles. Yeah, let's look at the reference. I think that would be fun. I'll go ahead and pull that up for y'all. And here you go. Tell us a little bit about the what we're looking at and what we're going to be looking
Well,
at here.
hmm. Well, these are some initial concept art and notes regarding the house. We want it to be like an old house, a 19th century, this 19th century modern style. I mean, not, but an old house. And these were just some concept arts. We had some references with this research and investigation, and we had like these sketches. You if you move them, you'll see some more. We imagine this like the bedroom, Debbie's
Sure.
bedroom. This, for example, turned out very close to the living room image we had. Also,
Yeah.
the stairs. Those were just sketches that we were doing just to understand a little bit where you're moving around or kind of like a nice big building, more like a mansion.
Right. Right.
This,
Wow.
for example, was Spain, North Spain. I remember during like a short trip, this looks perfect. So I took a picture and I shared it with Arthur, and well, it drew inspiration to us.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
Right. And we have,
This picture, for example, is a story I was mentioning about this apartment in Manhattan. Well, imagine that you have like this book and it's hidden in this closet that it doesn't look uh, in this little corner of the house. So I guess it's never there.
yeah.
Information about the house. I guess it's you know intimate and personal. But I I like to think that maybe there was like hidden in some part of the house that led you to open this secret locker and found and take you to another place and just keep discovering things around the around the house.
Right. Right.
These, for example, are also picked from the apartment.
Right.
This Fifth Avenue Manhattan apartment.
Oh, wow.
Where this, imagine that in the kids' room there was, and I mean the first, I don't know, like decoration, you know. But what if after 1 year of living there, these books come and tells you to pick, I don't know, some of these words or count some of these words or a combination to a lot. Find that like this very, very, very.
Right.
Yeah, some more pictures here. He spent $8.3 million.
Wow.
This is the book, and for example, I mean, the kids found like this object that you had to place or to play with it until it
Yes.
revealed something more about it.
Yes. Yes. I have that object. The little
Hmm.
toy on the left, the
Hmm.
little magnet.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, to unlock to get the ball out. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
pretty cool.
Or this one is one of my favorites. I mean, imagine like all these locks on it. I mean, it's not that. Is you need the key and you know to find out which keyhole you have to put the you have to place the key in.
Right, right. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, definitely looks like a
This
puzzle room.
yeah, this is where all in the house. I mean, it's kind of like escape room, but let's say that they didn't expect to have escape room in their house. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oop, today I might have pressed a couple too quickly. This one. Oh wow.
Mm. All these closets you have to open to reveal kind of like a message. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, the keys. Looking through behind the paintings.
And that's the kid
Ah,
finding a secret place. That's how the kids play.
right. Wow. I would have loved this as a kid, for sure.
Yeah. Me too.
More keys.
They're playing with their mom.
It's just funny to me.
Mm,
It's great.
mm.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and I will pull up the art style PDF here.
Mhm.
Put this up. This is amazing. Here you go. Wow.
Mm.
It's an index on this. This is awesome.
Mm.
All the
Well,
illustrations.
well, it's in Spanish. The first, I mean, like the cover image, this was like the initial look and feel that we. If you go back a little bit, you see how you see like this where you see rooms, okay, but also has the form of a key, you know.
Right.
And we like this idea. At the end, we we were looking for this style, but we changed to something different, and that's what we're going to see in the following slides. See, this is on 2023, no, 27th of September. For example, this was as an illustration, and this is how we had to make all pictures square because we need this in order to have enough quality on all platforms. On mobile, probably you're going to see more like, but on PC, you're going to format. So we need to make
Oh,
all images square one by
square.
one. So we make sure that um, uh, a good image,
It's awesome.
Mm,
Okay. I didn't think that that comes into play on like
mm,
making games that are available on mobile, that you would have to think that much in advance. Like you can't
mm.
just
You
have a
have to,
game, right, and then
no.
just like, oh, I want to release it in mobile later. You would
Mm,
have to think something like way in
mm,
advance to make it
yeah.
so then it works for mobile. That's
Well, it's the same way as making videos. There's a lot of people making videos vertical position,
mhm,
and whenever you want to see them in landscape, then you have like these frames on the sides, or the other way around.
mhm,
Record a video,
yeah,
you're gonna have like these two on above. So the idea is to think of that at the very beginning, so you can avoid those.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, especially if you don't want too much challenges later on to help smooth the
Uh,
process. That's great. The tones, the color palette.
Here you can see like the color palettes. How we and this is kind of like some style guide. Here's, for example, about how to name the files.
Oh,
So Yeah, because right, when you have to be like very picky, you have to keep all details into account because um, if I make this I name this image in this way, I'm gonna insert it into Unity. So imagine that place like this backpack image, but suddenly I need to change one color. So what's important is that I don't make a new name. I just make the new image, but with the same name. So automatically, what you need. So it's very
Mm.
important to keep like the name of the image and have kind of like I don't know, some direct strategy to have naming the chapter, naming the room, naming uh, 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 um, the maybe a number, you know.
Right, right. Sense. These are the puzzles.
Mhm. This is a work in progress. This is how the intercom that we've seen, how we design it. The colors. This is just like a study of colors. Um,
How did you
this
okay,
changed a little bit, but for
oh,
example, here we did like how they do combine, and we make like tests and decide. For example, and this was kind of early, and I would like colors, but maybe there are too many. So we need to to move to a more limited than this one. Although we love the style, and but we thought that maybe there were too many. Sorry, I didn't
mm.
interrupt you.
Oh no, 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 it's okay. I was just gonna ask, how do you choose one color over the other? Like what
Well,
would process
there's
is that?
there's another document. Maybe it says concept art,
Okay, okay,
and I'll try to explain to you. Or
okay,
no, maybe there's another one that says color palette, fonts and color palette.
okay, okay. I can open that
And
too.
yeah, that one's even better because that's
Okay.
more fine one. You know.
The
Okay. The this is important because at the very end is you have to make a decision, as you said, and it I mean, all these pictures, they all look kind of like fine, and they're pretty, but the thing is here is okay, what's the setting? It's the 90s, okay, and in the 90s we have some references comics, and all, and those comics, they use very limited color palette, and that is because you know it's expensive to use a lot of. Okay, while what you were, for example, a fanzine or some comic, underground comic, so you don't use a lot of colors. It's expensive, so you use kind of like this shading technique. So when we thought of that, it was okay. That makes sense if we want to set the story. If we want to pay homage to mm, comic artists like Daniel Cloud, Charles Burns, or we need to limit the color palette and the shading techniques, and that's how you take the decision. Just like having clear what you want to, where you want to the action to happen.
okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is the color palette one. Did you want to go through this one right now, or did you want to finish the other one?
No, we can do this. I
Okay.
have to say, Madrid, that I don't have too much time left, but
Okay.
let me know. So I like maybe we can go a little bit.
Yes.
quicker, and take a look at all these behind the scenes while you tell me when to stop.
Yes. Yes, for
Um,
sure.
but I guess around about 10 to 15 minutes, I'll have to leave. Okay,
Okay. Good to know.
if you go, like for example, this was kind of like a restoration. We wanted to have contrast, high contrast, black
Mm-hmm.
and white. At the beginning, we found she uh, also it was important for us because you're in a digital screen and you're reading something on a digital device, but we don't have to forget that you're reading and books have kind of like texture of the paper, no, the paper text
Yes. Right. Right.
to bring that also regarding illumination, a lot of shadow, a lot of contrast, as I was saying. This is where uh, this one also adding colors that we found this, and then regarding colors, we wanted to have, well, all these are kind of 90s um, comics and fanzines, and then we found that these limited color palettes work. You know, these were just examples, concept arts, even art. But we
Right.
found that just with four colors, maybe three, and variation, you could have like something very. Or for example, here just with three colors, you get a sense of and with keeping with this high contrast idea and the shadings, this could bring something very very special, something that you don't use on video games, the same as this. So we found that there was something on putting a limit in the number of colors we wanted to use, and
To
that's
do.
how we bring that. And then
Right.
regarding illustration, as you see here, instead of using like different grays, what we would do is to use this kind of a pattern drawing, okay, that helps you make some some spots in the illustration, like darker, or you know, and then
Yeah.
add a little bit of color, as you see
Color.
here. Here, what we
Right.
see is Debbie, okay, original portrait of Debbie. This is the intercom we've seen, okay, and how we wanted to manage this
Mochila. The backpack.
to the backpack. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Here's, for example, this or the
The
fan that we've
room.
seen.
Mm-hmm.
Ring.
Yes. Very
Here, for example, is a
noir.
little bit about, yeah. Here's a study about the text. No, if you keep going, is how we wanted to manage also text, as I was saying, you know, Google fonts we wanted to use. We were, trying out in order to check their readability, and because after all, you're reading, it's an important part of and how it would look for example, on a mobile device.
Right.
That's the title, places you know.
The detail on this is amazing. You guys really do put the details,
Hmm.
and
It is
it's the
important
little
to
things.
yeah, it is important to because sometimes we don't see all that work done, but I think we feel it. I mean, whenever someone's playing, is feeling that that someone has been taking care of all those details.
Yes. 100%. Oh.
I don't know what. Yeah. Well, this is pretty old. I would I would. This was this was
Okay,
an idea that we had, but we finally made it.
gotcha.
Um, I don't know. Maybe concept
Okay,
art. It's a little bit. These are references,
okay,
but again, this was an old idea, so we discarded.
perfect.
I don't know
Oh,
what else. You want to
okay,
jump into more? We have this concept art document. A little bit more on concept art
yeah.
documents there. Maybe you.
Yes. Time for trivia. Since your house is all about architectural wonders and of the
Mhm.
world and stories behind it, I thought we'd test our knowledge about a fun few facts. And,
Mhm.
hopefully we get to learn a thing or two. And what we're going to do is how it works is I will read a statement, and then you will guess whether it's true or false, and the audience will guess as well. I will create a poll in the chat and you can put in your vote and we'll see if we can stump each other as well.
Mhm.
All right. So here is the very first one, and I am going to put it in chat right now. Go ahead and manage poll here. True or false? Then the Palace of Versailles, secret passages were included to allow the French royal family to evade visitors or political rivals. What do you
Mm.
think?
I would say it's true.
True. Nice, nice. Have you heard stories of Palace of Versailles?
I've been into the Palace of Versailles actually, but
What?
yes, yes. I once visited Paris, and Versailles is 30 kilometers away or from Paris. So I went visit the palace, uh, inside the palace, and also the gardens. And I believe I don't know. uh, I don't remember anyone talking about secret passages. Um, Everything is designed in such a way that I.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Let's see
It's a guess.
what the guess is. It is actually true. So you are right.
Yeah,
So it's
good.
true. So the palace features concealed doors. They have corridors for private escapes. So such as secret passages, like the Forbidden City also has it. The catacombs of Paris, right? The Vatican City also has their secret passages. Alhambra, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh is known.
Yeah.
um Los Angeles even have underground passages during the Prohibition era. Even Disneyland, they have it for folks that work at Disney, the employees, to allow underground passage from one area to the next, so they can wear their outfits without getting seen. So yeah, so that's a good one. There's 1 out of 1 here. All right, here is
Mm-hmm.
our next one here. True or false? There's a chapel made entirely out of salt, and the salt mine is used for weddings and concert nowadays. What do you think? True or false?
Mm, I don't know. I'm. I don't know. It's. I would say true. I would say true because I don't know. People are crazy, and I believe that. No, I would say Ontario out of salt. That's too much. No, I would say false. But it's a chance. I don't know.
All right, let's see.
It's funny. It's funny.
Right, right. True or false? Let's see.
I have a feeling it's true.
Okay. So the answer is true. Yeah,
Yeah,
so there is
I knew it. I missed
yeah.
it. Oh,
um
so it was a 50. If it was a 50% chance.
right, 50% chance. So yeah, there's basically a salt mine underneath. I believe they have weddings there. There's a big chapel made out of salt mine entirely. The Pope has visited it even as well, and they made a Pope salt out of it once
Mhm.
for you to visit. All right, new poll. True or a false? There is a house designed with over 160 rooms, multiple staircases to nowhere, and hidden passages, all intentionally placed to confuse spirits.
I don't know, but it looks so awesome that I'm gonna say true. I wish it existed.
You're hoping that it's true. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, and you also say it is true. And the answer is it is true. So that
Mhm.
house actually is in California, in San Jose. It's the Winchester Mystery House. So
Yeah, I heard of it.
yeah, yeah. So she basically designed a whole labyrinth, kind of believed to protect her from vengeful ghosts.
Mhm,
I basically features a bunch of staircases that led directly to ceilings and doors that opened into walls. And it's
mhm,
known for its maze-like architecture, secret
mhm,
passages through bookshelves, mansions that's filled with bizarre designs, right? So it's a
mhm.
pretty cool. So I have gotten a chance to visit it once when I was really young. It was a really cool
Oh,
tour. Yeah, awesome. Here is our very next one. We're speed running through this. Here we go. True or false? The Leaning Tower of Pisa began tilting because of poorly mixed cement.
I'm gonna say false. I think it's another thing, but I don't have any clear idea.
What do y'all think? True or false? Have you been? Have you visited?
Yes,
Oh
yeah,
my
I have.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
You're so lucky. I love it. I love
Well,
that.
I
I
mean,
love traveling.
things here in Europe are closer than in the States. So
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Did you do like the typical photo of leaning your hand up against it and
of course, I mean, you have to do that.
right?
Actually, my sister went to study in Florence, which is pretty close to Pisa. She went there to study jewelry, and I had the chance to go visit her.
You are also correct. It is false.
Ooh.
The tilt is occurred due to unstable soil conditions and weak foundation, not because of the cement.
Uh-huh.
All
Yeah.
right. True or false? The Hollywood sign once spelled out Hollywood land and was originally an advertisement.
Mm,
What do you think?
no idea.
Have you been to Hollywood or LA? Have you ever visited
Yes,
out here?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. We went there um a long time ago when we were launching Unmemory. We had the chance to go to Indicate in Santa Monica, which is a festival for indie video games, independent video games, and
Yes.
we had a chance to go visit LA and also Hollywood.
Okay.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I'm gonna say true, but I'm honestly I don't have a clue.
No worries, no worries. All right. So the correct answer is you are correct. It is
Yeah.
true. Yeah, so it was actually advertisement for real estate. So if you didn't know that the Hollywood side was originally read Hollywoodland, and it was constructed in 1923, part of the promotion to promote the real estate development that was happening in the Hollywood Hills area. And part of the development, they called it Hollywoodland, and is to advertise the luxury homes they had out there. The land part of it disappeared in 1949 because the real estate development failed. And the area ended up developing a more film industry. So obviously that's ended up what had happened, so that it shifted to now what we think of what the Hollywood sign is meant for, but it originally was to promote purely for commercial use for real estate. In the 1970s, the sign has deteriorated, and in 1978 there was a fundraiser by Alice Cooper, Hugh Hefner, and a couple other celebrities who helped basically help renovate the sign to its glory. So instead of using wood, it was made out of steel now. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, and it's painted white all over again. So to renovate. So it's just really cool. Really cool. Yeah, yeah. True or a false? One of the longest running construction projects in the world has been under construction since 1882. I'm hoping you get this. I made this. I mean, I curated all of this of true or false, but this one was like specifically for you. What do
I
you
know that
think?
building.
Do you? Do you?
Yeah, of course. Yes, it's Sagrada
Yeah.
Familia in Barcelona.
Yes, that is correct. So you're absolutely right. So that building obviously has been in construction since 1882. So now question. I've read, is it going to be open next year or is it going to be open in 2030? Because there's mixed articles that say it's going to be open literally in 2026
Well,
or finished
okay.
production. What's the
Finished
story
production,
online?
yes, because
Right?
open is open. I mean, you can go and
Yes.
visit it, and there's I don't know, there's millions of people visiting Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. You're right. I've heard that that it was going to be finished by 2026. Said, but I also heard that they were
Oh,
30 because it was more kind of like a round number. But honestly, I cannot tell you the truth. Both dates.
Right. Yeah.
I'm,
Very
I'm
cool.
afraid that once they don't want to finish it. Part of the story, it's like a building that keeps being built. So once the story is going to be. I don't think they have like too much interest in finishing it because it kind of ruins the story.
Right. The story is kind of like, in a sense, over, right? Like, because that's part of the story. Yeah, definitely. True or false? The Colosseum in Rome has an underground network of tunnels where gladiators would wait before entering the arena.
That is true.
Do you think so?
I think so. I mean, I would.
Have you been?
Yes, also I've been in the Colosseum, in Rome.
Oh,
wow. We did like a school trip. As I said, Italy is not. So all the class, when we finished kind of like year, a trip there. And I don't know, I'm sure that kind of like stadiums, Roman stadium, don't know and if it's Rome, but I believe it's true.
So that is false. The question is the Colosseum has an underground network of tunnels where the gladiators would wait to come out of, enter from, right? So basically the Colosseum does have underground tunnels, but it's primarily used for animals and props and staging.
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than holding the
It
gladiators.
was a
Yeah.
tricky one. Yeah,
Yeah, it
the
was a
last
tricky
part
one.
of the question, yeah, made me
Right,
fail.
right. I had to put a little tricky one out there.
Well,
All
I
right.
was tricky with our game, so
All right, true or false? There's an exhibit out there, art exhibit that hides a puzzle room behind a wall where clues are scattered throughout the space for visitors to discover. Look at your face. I love it. What do you
I
think?
don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but I like it so much that I want true.
You want it to be true.
Yeah, I want it to be true.
um, so let's see. It is absolutely true. So it is a art exhibit called the Venice of Benelli. Venice of
Mhm.
Benelli. It's an architectural pavilion that hides a puzzle room behind a wall, and then they have clues all over the space. So I think in even years they do art, and then in odd years they do architecture. So
Mhm.
it's a art exhibit that people can come through, and they have like a hidden room behind it. So it's like you have to find it, and it's part of
Mhm.
the uh the show, the exhibit. So it's kind of cool. I'm actually kind of
Mhm.
interested in going. True or false? The Great Wall of China was designed to be seen from space.
Yes. Well, it wasn't designed to be seen from space, but I think I've heard that you can see it from.
Did you wait? Did you learn that from school?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember. I remember hearing that from school too. Like
Yeah.
you can see it from space, but by the naked eye.
By the naked eye, I don't. Well, I don't. Well, actually, I'm going to say false because I don't think it was designed for that. So if you want to be tricky, I don't think it was designed for. It was designed, like the people go over to some part. Mm,
It's not
But I'm
designed
gonna
for space to be seen.
no, I don't think.
You know what? I almost got you there.
Yeah.
You're, yes, that's just a popular myth, though. That I remember as a kid, there's
Mhm,
like, oh, you can see the Great Wall of China from space. It's like I'm not
mhm.
sure that, and it's not designed for that. True or false? There's a tower in the US but contains pieces of historical landmarks embedded into the walls as symbolic artifacts.
Mm. This one is not that easy for me, but I'm gonna say true.
Where would it be if such landmark did exist in the US, you think? If you were to pick a state?
I don't know, Chicago, maybe.
How did you know?
I don't know.
Danny! Oh my god.
I mean, it was totally a guess. But I don't know. I think Chicago is a city that holds a lot of story behind. So I thought, uh, I mean, in comparison to other cities, and I don't know.
Wow.
It was totally a guess.
Uh,
I'm
You're
glad
ab- you're
I guess.
absolutely right. It's the Chicago Tribune Tower.
Mhm,
It holds over 150 fragments of iconic global sites. So like it has like historical landmarks from like the Great Wall of China, fragments like
mhm,
embedded onto the wall to like World War One. So like all the different wars, they have the fragment into it, and the guy that that had it, he was a colonel from back in the day, and put out a advertisement. Hey, I would like a monument tower to constructed for the for the newspaper. And basically he ended up building this building with fragments of different icon landmarks from all over, and they even have apparently secret doors and passages that leads to the crown of the building, apparently, if it ever was stormed. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, thank you for playing. These are
Mm.
I learned a lot about different castles to underground. There's one where in Turkey somebody was renovating their home,
Mm-hmm.
and in the 60s, and ended up finding a whole underground city made out
Yeah.
of volcanic
Mm.
rocks from like the
Mhm.
pre-Roman days. And like
Yeah.
and learning about the Paris catacombs and such. So
Mhm.
yeah, very, very, very cool. Thank you so much for for being here. Yeah, so I guess the question, last question I kind of do have for you, I would love to know if you have any advice that you would like to give to the future folks that might be interested in learning about game development, or such creating such games like yours, narrative based games.
Um, I'm not very good at giving advice, I have to say. Um, but recently we've been talking, I don't know, we've been talking about, how does the future of game development looks like. And, there's um, a lot of concern about, using AI, and how is it going to impact this industry. And the other day I read something about how AI is going to bring the same way internet has distribution of content. I found it how AI is going to make that is going to make it possible for anyone to create something. So imagine that. Imagine a time where making a video game is relatively easy. Anyone in any that is gonna throw a landscape where we're gonna be overflooded with video game. I mean, there are gonna be many video games. And thinking about that, I was just thinking that probably the only way to stand out is to have a unique style, to build your own style, to keep with that style. Always try to be different and make something different, but always try to have like your own. And I would say that from the very beginning, start making things that are different. Have something
Hmm.
yours that no one cannot copy, not even the AI. Something
Hmm.
that is truly yours. Uh, I don't know if it's an advice. It's
No,
kind of
that's
like
good.
a reflection or a thought that I maybe it helps anyone who's listening.
No, definitely, definitely. That's good advice. It's yeah, anybody that needs to hear that, definitely. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for being here and be spending your time with us. Do you have any shout outs or anything like that you want to just kind of do?
I just want to thank you, Madra, for for hosting this show, for inviting us. It's been a pleasure to share this few hours with your audience. I have enjoyed very much, and well, nothing nothing more. If anyone has seen this and he might be right up their alley, to go and check the demo on Steam, experience by themselves looks like and how you play it. And if you like it, then wishlist it. And of course, in a week we're gonna be out, and
Woo!
it will be like it. Then you can support us, as you were saying at the very beginning, and for games like this one that maybe more niche or specific or special or peculiar. Um, it is hard. It is hard to stand out, and so any support like yours, Ms. Vera, following us on, repost it to give us visibility. So I would invite you all to if you've liked the project to help us find that audience that are out there. Maybe armchair detectives, maybe just curious people. I don't know, but definitely you can help us make this game more visible, which is what we do games for. Like to bring messages and our stories to the people.
Yes, agree. Thank you so much for being here again, Dani.
Mhm.
Thank you to Patrones and Escondites. Thank you
Yep.
so much, y'all. And you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Madra.
Thank you. We'll talk to you
Bye bye.
soon.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Ciao.